Okay, I think the issue is my fault. I hit the thing, the silent mode on the side there. Let me try this again. Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Okay, let me test everything here. And okay, that was 15 minutes. When internal capture is turned off, the device audio is played through the speaker simultaneously. Okay, so let me test that, and then we'll test the other one. Let's compare how it sounds. Almost seems a little too loud. Okay, let me try the other one. Seems a little bit too crazy, this one. This will be the internal capture on. But it'll be playing through the speaker anyway, is the problem. But I can keep it low, maybe. So now it might end up being way too loud. If I talk while okay, I don't think that's the right one, so let's do the other one. Go internal capture off, so now it'll play through the... Okay, it takes some experimentation. Let's try it here. Talk while doing this. This is definitely problematic. Let me try. Try to lower that, like, okay. How about now? Let me talk while I'm doing that. But how? How? Okay, let me try again. Our audio is pretty low. Oh man. Maybe we'll lower it down here. It doesn't seem to be having an effect. Whatever I change doesn't seem to matter much. Like, let me talk here while doing it. If that's good enough for me, I'll just leave it like that. I can't do this right now. Right, we'll look at it later. Mainly, it's just about the commentary and whatever. So this is the chess gimmick deck that every piece, every card is referenced to a chess piece, and it's like, you know, you're trying to basically... I mean, I can't hear the audio, but at this point, I just don't care. Okay, so we're trying to get the win condition. We have the Bone Lord, the Treachery, and then we also have, you know, a lot of gimmick, a lot of other gimmick cards. Again, like every card has to have King, Queen, Knight, Rook, Bishop, and Pawn don't actually even apply, but you could do it like with Priest has like Bishop and stuff. But yeah, every piece has to make a chess reference. And the knight in particular has to be riding on a knight or on something. Right, so that's one rule. And the exception is obviously the Bone Lord stuff I have in there. All the combo cards to try to get a checkmate, basically. Mate in 3 if I get the Bone Lord interaction. So some of this stuff there's no reason to really hold back, but no, I got to like silver. I actually didn't even pay attention if it reset, obviously because of the month, I'm sure, but getting silver with a gimmick deck like this is even an accomplishment because they're just so trash all the time, right? It's just meant to be fun and a gimmick, but it's really, really out there even for me. Because it's not even really based on a mechanic the way that a lot of my gimmicks are. It's based on a theme, like just the cards have to have a certain name to do with chess, or, you know, again, the Bone Lord is one exception, but again, everything in there has King, Queen, Rook, or Knight, and Knight, obviously they have to be riding something to count. You can't just, there's other cards that say Knight that I don't have in here. The only other class I think might be able to do it would be Priest, because it has that Mind Games card that even relates to chess, so I would count that, or it has cards called Bishop, or it might have a Pawn. I feel like Warrior has Pawn, a couple, right, the one that summons them, like 1/1s, taunt with taunt, right? So at least if it references or has a chess piece in there. I mean, again, it's a really bad deck. In fact, Blood Queen is one of the greatest eyesores. It's always useless. She's always so trash. Some of these cards are pretty good. In fact, it turns out to take on the identity of the Hive Queen stuff. Like, where these end up winning me the game more than anything else, because there really is no win condition in and of itself. Like, the Bone Lord is one, but aside from that, nothing else is useful at all. So, like, okay, we have a decent board, but we really need the Bone Lord to be able to do this interaction, and then it buys us 3 turns, or we have to wait 3 turns. And usually that works out pretty well, or they can't stop it at least, but they're even trying to help me here. But if I don't get it here, I'm going to burn cards. I mean, it seems cute you're trying to mill me, but that's not really going to work against a deck like this, because that's going to help me get it, and then you're going to be done for. In fact, right now, I could do it so easily. Well, I still need the Treachery, but like I need the 9 mana, but it's a situation where, you know, I have enough on the board to really deal with it otherwise, so I don't really need that. Right, so my board is decent. He can try to mill me all he wants, but it's going to be too late. So as soon as turn 9 hits, I can easily do it. Even if nothing's on my board, I can still do it. Because I could do the imp for 0. I could do the thing for 6, 9, 10. Right, assuming that as it is right now, I could do it turn 9. Because I could just do 6, 9, and then just kill it with what I have. Right, I wouldn't need this, but I might want to do this. Of course, it has to be the one that damages me. I mean, this seems cute, but it's not gonna matter. Damn it. Or I have misplayed cards a couple times with this because they're the ultimate synergy. But no, I've replayed this a couple times because, or misplayed because on mobile somehow I clicked the wrong thing, like I was almost doing there. So I kind of listened back to the audio because it's all messed up. I don't know why every mobile game has that issue, where the in-game audio just either doesn't work or is too loud. Where it's vastly louder on the stream than it is what I'm hearing. It's a little bit concerning. I'm not a big fan of the... I'm not a big fan of... I don't know. So just a couple more turns. And then once we do that, it should be very hard for them to win in that amount of time. But who knows? Right, like waiting until turn 10 is a big deal in this day and age. These things are really good value, but not really the way I even want to win a game. What does that even do? It's trap one random card in your opponent's hand each. Wait, what? For a turn. Wait, what happened even? It was one of the combustion things that I don't even want to use. What is it? Trap one random card in your opponent's hand for a turn. Okay. I mean, I really don't need it, but I don't want that thing to stick around either. That. But no, this value ends up being pretty good, dude. I'm playing StarCraft without even needing it. Playing 3 games at once. I'm playing StarCraft, I'm playing Hearthstone, I'm playing chess. All at once. So now the Bone Lord interaction is looking possible, although I still may have to wait till turn 10, and then I'm feeling still a lot of pressure. Now they're going to have some banish or other nonsense. I don't have enough on the board to guarantee killing it, though, so, like... Reddit could not... Oh. I may have to wait still another turn? Fuck, man. Like, imagine I'm still gonna lose, because, like... That's cute and all, but it's still difficult because... I don't know what exactly is happening. This would make it seem like that's actually the purpose of the deck, but it's really not. I just have a couple cards in here that relate to it, and then this trick. But that ends up having such an impact here, which in part shows you how bad my deck is otherwise. So the milling could be coming soon. Again, we can at least do it, and then they'll go all in and all out, but it might be too late. They do have to worry about my board too. They don't have any more vanishes. Now, this turn I should be able to do it with force no matter what, because it's like, I can do it now, but then the stuff on the board is going to be concerned because, you know, like, I can't really afford to wait, but, right, I'm going to lose if I do it. That certainly makes it worth it, but And I could just win with this. This is how trash it. Come on, man. Come on. What the fuck? I need like a dead board open turn play where they don't have anything, basically. And then I could feel validated in doing this. Creator King is good, but yeah, just leave this board for me here. Leave the board, and then I can do it next turn guaranteed. And keep my board intact and trade in, but they're pretty much dead anyway. That's what's so dumb about it. They'll die to this before the 3-turn thing. Each time you cast a spell, transform into a copy, return. Okay, I don't care. They have 7 HP, dude. Come on. Come on. Wait, why can't I see their mana or anything? It's all bugged out. Bro, just let me do it, man. Please. Or no, I'm looking up here. Like, I don't know what that is. Okay, I won't even last 3 turns, man. Forget it. Like, the one time I have it, it's like fucking stupid. Like, leaving that Murloc around is gonna be a big mistake, but I don't give a shit, so. Cute as that seems to be, it really doesn't matter because you would have been better off trying to just finish them off. See, why is it showing 2 flames there now? It's turn 1, so it shouldn't be 2 flames. So I just have to survive the 3 turns, which I almost certainly can guarantee you I'm not going to. I can do Renounce now, I can do the Creator King, dude. This is the kind of effect that would make more sense if it happens like the next turn. At the beginning of your turn, this happens. So that if you play it, it survives. It's too strong that you can just do it and do it the same turn. Like, so what is the benefit of them milling themselves? I don't understand. Wait, don't I have? I got the ransom card, though. Joke's on you. I don't really... Or I'm just gonna die. But, like, the joke would be on you. Okay, didn't you already use all these cards? Like, I don't care. Okay, dude. Doesn't that kind of undercut the fact that of playing the ransom thing? Like, shouldn't you have just done that anyway? I'm fine with that. Let me test the audio, listen back a little bit. I got the interaction off, but that would have been better off just trying to kill them because they had only like 7 health or whatever. But yeah, like getting to turn 13 in modern Hearthstone is like, what the fuck, dude? Okay, it sounded pretty decent, so let me try to make a mental record of what the settings are because I can't keep messing with them every single time. Turn this down. Okay, let me tell you. So in the game, in the phone, this is at the very limit, right at the very bottom. So 1 tick there, then the game sound is also at like 1 tick there, and then the other sound in Prism Live is at the, it's on internal capture, and then it's on This is actually on full. This is actually on full. So maybe, oh god. Now I want to change this and then... like what if I put this to half? And then I raise it for myself. From the other side. So okay, now I'll do it here. Then I should be able to raise either my phone audio or the game audio a little bit. What if I go half here? Let me see how it sounds if I'm talking. Okay. Let me go down a little more here. Go down to here. Let me test it here, test it here. Still seems too loud. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I think, okay, you know what, man? This is incredibly annoying, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, we'll lower this even more. Put it all the way down. That way I can turn the game sound up to a moderate level, like what it's at right now. You try it now. So you have... that one's on the lowest. This one's on the lowest. So now we can work with the game sound itself. Let me compare it here. Okay, that's the low level here. We'll listen back, talk over it. So we'll see how loud was that. It still seems a little bit too loud, so let me go down a little bit more. Maybe to... how about now? We're pressing the button, we're doing this, because it'll be louder in game too. Okay, we'll try it like this. But once again, the settings are, the phone sound is completely down. The other one is completely down. So yeah, let's see how this sounds. Because I'm not that loud either, even at the maxed out thing, so it kind of makes sense because... and I was able to hear it a little bit, but now I can't. But yeah, let's see if we can get a couple good wins with this. It's more about the manner in which you win. Okay, so you got the Bone Lord, which I guess I should keep. Really, Bone Lord and Treachery are the only two cards you should keep that way. Otherwise, right, there's no point because you at least have doubles of some of the other ones, like the Combustion and stuff. So you have the combo already. Now, that seems like a great sign, but it doesn't matter because then I won't last that long. Because then, oh, this is a nice card back. In fact, you get to see the card backs better. That's one funny thing. My Ryan Gosling moment. You can't see the card backs here or here on desktop either. And you can't see your own. And you can't see theirs fully. But on mobile, you can see them more fully than... on mobile, you can see them much more beautifully than on computer. Like, you can't see the full thing like that. And so that shows you this game was originally designed for mobile. But yeah, let's look at a folly favoritism concept from my absolutist philosophy. Is like the fact that people, it's not disqualifying for them as much like I'm done for it. The fact that they prefer it to contrivance or social contrivance or whatever would be questionable. Like, why did they prefer that? And it's always there for them, kind of unconditional thing. It's also them not having to vouch for the contrivance state. It's them distracting themselves from it, the cognitive dissonance they're in. So, right, those are the reasons why, like, it would make you question it a little bit, because it's a situation where if social contrivance or whatever was so good, then why wouldn't people do that instead? Why did they prefer folly favoritism? And why did they desire something like that in the first place at all? It kind of reveals the nature of contrivance. Oh, God, man. That Bone Lord thing was meaningless. I mean, just stupid. Yeah, the fact that people would prefer folly favoritism or whatever, like it'll be posed as a reason, like, oh, that's the reason why this person doesn't do this or that, or is not social or something. But it's kind of backwards. Why do they prefer that if being social or whatever is so good? Right, like, some of these class cards could save me, but summon 2 random death rattle minions that cost 3 or less. You'd have to basically just get really lucky with what you have here. Right, like, whatever you get, you could clutch it out. It makes me feel almost like Yugi in the duel against Noah, like where he takes Kaiba's deck. It's like you're just taking a deck, unfamiliar or whatever, and trying to make the most of it. Like, that could be a fun real-life format. Whenever somebody loses, you can take their place and then try to win from there. Like, take back the last move and see if you can do something else. You're getting a whole concert out here in the parking lot. Somebody's music is so loud. I don't know if you can hear that. To make up for the fact that you can't hear my music in the game for whatever reason. But no, like, society operates on a subversive state that way. That, like, everything is for the mass-produced level. So this would undo the whole thing with darkness. So you're trying to, like, almost escape from how bad your deck is. You have Renounce, you have the ability to steal their deck, you have Togwaggle, you have the King of Piracy dude, like, come on. You got, like, a million things to try to escape from how bad it actually is. Or I could even play the Bone Lord myself and let them kill me that way just for style, but, like, lasting this long, lasting till turn 13, which is all I would have to do. Unlucky 13 fitting with the whole 666 thing of how this guy is statted, but it's so hard to even do that, which doesn't seem like much of an ask. If I get to turn 13, I win automatically, pretty much, but I just don't get it. Right, because it's not hard to play it by turn 10. Usually I have the cards or whatever, so that in itself is a bit of a troll mechanic, but right, like, I'm sure there's other ways to do it, or I mean, I could make a whole deck around that, but this is meant to be, again, this stupid chess gimmick. I'll keep that just for curve purposes, but clearly one of these games I got to do Renounce just right away, but the problem is I don't have enough Warlock cards. I only have like 13 Warlock cards actually in here, so it doesn't actually have that much of an impact. It's good more as a last resort later on, which is odd because that's normally not how you use it. Right, you almost want to use it pretty early if you're going to. This dude has been almost the MVP of the whole deck. He's just such a goated card that has nothing to do with the deck concept, but he's just really, really amazing. As much as I say it should be a Paladin card based on the effect, I'm glad that it isn't. But that effect is insane, right? The way I would have rewritten it to make it kind of make sense is... it should do that at the beginning of your next turn. Then it's like, okay, if it survives and you put it behind a taunt, then it does that effect. The fact that it does it the same turn, it's like, what can your opponent do about it then? Okay, so it's guaranteed to happen, and just like... And there's been games where it sticks around for a long time. So then every single turn, it doesn't even matter what they summon. I can just ignore it, and it's like they have a full board. But they keeps getting reduced to 1/1, so it's like completely ridiculous. Right, that's got to be one of the strongest cards in the history of the game. Just like bold-faced, pure value. That's like AoE humility plus AoE, equality at the same... Well, I guess equality is already an AoE. Just like that. Like, that's so crazy. No, I do want to win this. I got to find, like, certain things to, like, do. Like, I could do Renounce now if I really felt like it, right? And maybe that would be justified. Because, like, there's times where I wait around too long and then it ends up hurting me. So maybe I should just do it. So, like, I only have, the 1, 2, 3, 4 Warlock cards. Because this would count even though it's shared between, like, 4 classes. Are they ever going to add Monk to the game, I wonder? Because that shows you that expansion was the outcast of WoW, was Mr. Pandaria. I made a pretty good joke when it first came out, like, that's what you call pandering, like pandering, but with panda spelling, because they were pandering to the Asian market. That was the reason why they did this expansion about something that's not intrinsic to the universe at all. It's like, oh, there was the one panda. This is like the fanboy defense explanation, right? That I trigger fanboys in a lot of things I talk about. Like, oh, they had that one miscellaneous panda unit in Warcraft 3, you see, and that's why it might actually be worth it to do that, because the spot is very tough. It seems like a stupid play, but no, you have one miscellaneous unit, neutral unit in Warcraft 3 that's a panda, but that justifies an entire expansion about pandas with an entire continent for them. Like, no, there's ogres and there's goblins and there's other things. You say, oh, that are featured much more prominently, and even they don't get an expansion just about them. Cataclysm wasn't about goblins, right? It had their homeland in there. They were a playable race, but it still wasn't like, oh, the entire continent of goblins was that big. So you're trying to tell me goblins, for all their relevance in the series, all the goblins, for all their significance in the series, right? How much you see them even in Warcraft 3 is kind of similar, the mercenary units, but how much you see them in WoW, Classic, and Gadgetzan, and Tanaris, and Booty Bay, and stuff. That doesn't warrant an entire continent like Pandaria for them. But it does warrant it for one miscellaneous unit in Warcraft 3, and you don't see any reference really to that in WoW. Like, that's the sort of retcon fanboy BS that I talk about. Like, where, people will defend anything. Right? You're pandering to some stupid thing, and then whatever. But I don't really keep up with WoW anymore anyway. So, we really just need Treachery, right? We don't even need the other cards, but... Not a bad spot to be in. I hate how much I end up relying on these StarCraft cards, because I don't really want that to be what this deck is about, but they do have Queen in the name, so that's the loophole that I found actually a good card from this. So none of this is going to help me even remotely. I guess I could just wait. I mean... Or no, I should do actually the hero power probably. What does this do again? Deal 6 damage randomly split. And then that'll be enough to kill. Okay, that was still a good play. See, we're going to win on just solid value. We're not going to even get the effect. But I guess that in itself is an accomplishment, because this isn't really a very cohesive deck at all. Like, oh, this card, do I have any ogres? No. this card. Do I really have a ton of taunts or Divine Shield or Rush? Not really. I usually get like one card from it. The best thing in this deck is like this guy or Togwaggle, because I'll steal their deck, so my deck is finally actually decent. But give me Treachery, please, would be what I need. Oh, what a clutch, though. I'm literally an anime protagonist, by the way. Now, this thing can be very dangerous to the point where I almost don't even want to play it. Sometimes it can really screw you over, but I'll do it, I guess. You know, that was like a free reborn because... Oh, but if this had... Oh, that would have been godly. If this had attacked it, it would have also killed that because of the... Oh, my God. That's bad placement, by the way. I should have known that. It's not like that was a surprise play. I knew that was going to be there, and I knew that this was going to summon something. So that placement was actually bad. I should have had this first, so it would have done that. Oh, here we go, dude. Now, if I get to... I don't know. That would have been a better one to pull out of his hand, actually. You know, there's really nothing I can do. Like, what is this, dude? What is this? I could do the same with mine, I guess, but I don't even want to. I'll do, like, this, and then I'll do this. Which, that hero power is actually insanely good, but... Hey, these do have Reborn, so let me try it. But, like, if you just attack... I could just trust that this is going to be enough. But just with the effect alone, the Reborn... Such a stupid reason to win. Like, that has nothing to do with anything. Right, like, I don't want the Zerg to be it, but... Either I win because of the Zerg, I could win because of the Bone Lord guy, or I could win because of the... maybe switching decks is a good reason. That's happened a couple times. So if you play Togwaggle first... And then, they get the Ransom card. But then I play the King of Piracy afterwards... Right, then they haven't played Ransom yet. Then what that means is... Wait. Then it means that both of our decks are my deck, so their deck is gone. Now, that's actually a win condition potential because whatever their deck is going to be better than mine, and so it throws them off, right? You do Togwaggle first, they get Ransom, but they don't immediately play it. So now their deck is your deck, and then you copy your deck from them. So now both decks are your deck. So now... That's the real punishment for them, is that they have to deal with having a deck as shitty as mine. So, this is fun. I mean, I just win. It doesn't even matter. That's so lame, dude. Even when I win, I'm not happy with it. It's like that has nothing to do with what this deck is actually about. Right, I'm getting inadvertent value from the overpowered StarCraft cards. Which is still fun, but I mean... I'll take any win that I can get. I mean, it was such a nightmare trying to get to silver even. I just want to show this interaction off a little bit sometimes, the Bone Lord. Like, it's so hard to get it off, and then even when you get it off, I die before the 3 turns pass. There's got to be some Nozdormu thing that's like, moves something, you know, turns into the future, and then you auto-win, because if it skips turns like that. Which there actually is something like that with there's like a priest dragon that actually I think would interact with that.
Versus the Lich King.
Okay, we'll keep Treachery just because we're always fishing for that. Those are the only 2 cards I really care to keep, aside from some 2 costs for the Bone Lord thing, but I mean just for low curve stuff. So I guess I could do that. I don't really know, but it tends to be better against, you know, like slower classes like priests and stuff. Like a Death Knight could just rush me down. There's nothing I can do. Right, that's even why I played the Imp like that. So Renounce is looking pretty good here, but I don't know. This card is so laughably bad. Like, either in context or out of context. Like, nobody ever plays this. Like, what would make this good, dude? You'd have to go so far out of your way. You know, I'll just take a chance because I don't feel like I'm going to win this one anyway, so let's just go for it. And what I love is when you get like some 0 cost cards or something, as soon as you do Renounce. So even if you have very little mana, that could have helped. But
My blood for the
we're getting a Death Knight mirror matchup, which is very fun. But again, we would still have like the Bone Lord in there, but we won't have Treachery, so it doesn't matter, right? Like I won't be able to use it now. Rewind summon 4 shades, okay. Save that for later, save that for later. And we can do this. What is this? Destroy friendly minion, summon a 4. Okay. It's actually pretty perfect. Look, we're gonna beat this mirror matchup, even though he's playing presumably a good deck, and I'm just playing some random thing. But Renounce can be super fun. Yeah, sometimes I should trust in that more. Trust in the Renounce madness. That was a nice turn because they really didn't do much. 4, 3, 2 shades. I can gain 2 random bonus effects. You know, weirdly. No, I don't know. Like, I don't see why I would hold anything back. Like, now we have that in reserve, so whatever he summons I could hopefully deal with, and then I could summon the 4/5 rush. That was like kind of a pass of a turn just to... I like that idea as a concept in Hearthstone. Like, you play a weapon not to attack with it that turn, but just to have it, you know, you sheath your weapon and now, okay, now I'm ready. Like, so that doesn't seem to have a big impact, but now it's like, I don't know. It's something that ends up being very useful in the future. So we can do this and we can transform one even, so Reborn, Elusive, and I guess I'm fine with that. Do nothing, I'll do this, and maybe I'll wait on that as a last resort, because on the transformation thing, right, I don't feel like I really need it. Now, they could have some basic AoE, obviously, but if you summon an undead, you have a poisonous, it could be the hero power, or not. This thing has some amazing potential. My favorite poisonous interaction is that stupid, that Murloc one, where he's like, you play the one Murloc that does 1 damage to everything and you give it poisonous somehow. I can't remember, but there's like a Murloc combo that would let you clear the board with a poisonous AoE. And of course, the iconic one that I did was with the Zombeast. I'm playing when the original Knights of the Frozen Throne thing came out, and I'm playing as that Stalker Rexar, and I'm playing Jaina, and it's like they're doing really good, and that Jaina deck was really amazing at that time. And they had a bunch of Frost elementals, and it's like it felt completely hopeless, but I didn't feel like resigning. And then I get the Zombeast that does like the rush plus the death rattle, deal 2 damage to everything plus poisonous, all in one. And so the death rattle that does the 2 damage also was poisonous. Like, it was such a good interaction. I wish I had some of those moments saved, but I mean, it's alright. Finale, deal 2 damage. Okay, let's do Mukla. Let's do this dude. Let's go face. Let's go face. You can do this. You can do this. So we're doing pretty good, but I feel like in the long term, they're still going to win, right? Their deck is obviously going to be cohesively designed, whereas mine is not. Even though Renounce gives you the extra 1 point value, and it also can give you like multiple copies of cards that you're not allowed to have otherwise. My whole channel art is based on, is it Falric or Marwin who says that? I think it's Falric. And he might even say it there, but I can't even hear my own game audio. That should be the children of Goldshire fought, or that's when he attacks, he should say that. The children of Goldshire fought with more ferocity. My channel art right in the bottom right there is based on that. The children of Goldshire dueled with more ferocity. That's how iconic of a line that actually is. One time I want to get Deathwing from this, and that'd be so cool, right? Like my board is empty and they have lethal and they're about to destroy me, and then I do this and do a 0-cost death thing. 3 damage to enemy and freeze it. I have enough on the board to deal with this. Let me see what I get. So 2 random 4-cost minions. The rest of the game after you cast a nature spell, I'm not going to have really nature spells. I mean, fuck. Okay, we can do... This seems like a waste, but I'll just do it. Like, should I just do this? He's going to have some AoE to punish me, though. And though that gives you a little death rattle protection, but... Yeah, Renounced Darkness is a card that never goes out of style, because, of course, every time a new expansion comes out, the new cards can be part of the pool of cards that you get from it, obviously. But more than that, it's just like... That's what I need to do. I'll do a tournament in which it's Renounced Darkness versus Renounced Darkness versus, like, everybody uses Renounce, and it's just like... And, like, you use an identical Warlock deck with a bunch of random Warlock legendaries and nonsense, but basically to try to get you to play Renounce so we get as many crazy interactions as you can. This would be a good time to play it, but we also have this. 1 damage to all minions if they're alive, so I'd be willing to do that, but the problem is... I don't know. I feel like I could have waited, but that's alright. We should still get the value of this, because now... Wait. No. Oh, fuck. That could have worked out better where that didn't happen at the end, but... Okay, so how many 2 spells left? I don't know if I want to wait for that, but... Okay, let's just do it like this, I guess. We want a decent board. It's a pretty intense game, but... Again, this has nothing to do with what this deck is actually about. We just do Renounce as like a cop-out if nothing else is working, or... Like, I can't be dissatisfied with the results, right? If we didn't do that, we would have lost a long time ago. Oh, I like how the corpse counter looks on mobile, or maybe they've changed it even in the game. I don't even know. But this looks bugged out. Look at the... Well, you can't see where I'm pointing, but look at the top right, like above his ghoul icon. That looks like where the mana counter normally is, right? Like that blue icon. So that looks like a mistake. That blue thing shouldn't be there because the mana is now on the left side under his card. So I think that's what it's supposed to be, actually. Okay, we'll do this guy, even though it seems, you know... It seems like a bad time to actually play it, but I'll do it. Right, you want there to be like a full board that you're dealing with. Summon undead, give it poisonous, okay. Yeah, so we'll probably still lose, but it was a good attempt. I think it still did better than what we would have otherwise. The Ajara card might help me. You end up getting just still so much value out of this, but it almost doesn't make sense because, again, I don't even have that many Warlock cards in here. Right, I only have like 13, so you would think Renounce isn't going to do that much for me. Deal 1 to all other enemies. And then... I don't know, this is kind of a dumb spot to be in. Should I do this? Like, I don't fucking have a way to use it because I don't have Treachery anymore, obviously. There's got to be like a neutral minion that does that I'm just not aware of. That gives control of one of your minions to them. Rite of Atrocity, send 2 corpses to get a dark gift. Okay, we're still in a decent... That location is really good, though, the one that gives you a 4/5 brush. Or it's a, you know what Renounce is also great for? Not only is it just really fun, but it gives, if you're a new player, what number 1 card would I tell you as a veteran of the game who's played since the closed beta? What 1 card should you play as a new player to make it most exciting? Either one of the whiz bangs that'll give you tremendous value. You can play over and over, get different standard decks, or get the other, you know, gimmick decks the other one has. But also Renounce, if you just keep playing it, you get to try all these different things. So those are both really, really good. Just for the fun factor alone, not even Okay, I'm basically cooked now. I'll just do this for the Ajara value. But I really am screwed. Shuffle 5 random spells, okay. Okay, this works out at least on a mana curve. Low cost +2 when your hero would lose health on your turn, you gain that much max health instead. Okay. Whatever, we'll just do the max we can with this. That was about as good of a turn as I could get, but it still doesn't matter. You can just tell like the pace is starting to favor him a lot. Right, just their hand alone and everything. And he's used this poisonous thing very well. That wasn't actually all that threatening of a cost. Like, it gave me good value still, but stat-wise and everything, it wasn't that special. Like, this is obviously some sort of meta deck that he's holding up this well. Like, no matter what I do, it just doesn't matter. Yeah, they need to buff the Black Knight, make it silence and destroy it. Taunt. I like when they try to buff old cards to keep them relevant. But sometimes it's pretty random. Like, was anybody really saying that Iron Juggernaut should get like an interaction that way? So I'm gonna copy of it. Okay, we'll do that for what little value we get there. It's kind of annoying. I really don't have much of a choice. Like, this is stupid. You have a friendly undead +2/+2. Like, I don't care. This is just trash. Like, I have 0% chance of winning now. But that was still a good renounced pull, honestly, all things considered. In a deck that really doesn't support it because I don't have enough Warlock cards even in here. But I guess I must have drawn a lot of them because I only have 13, but we got to play so many Death Knight cards, so I must have drawn like almost every Warlock card I would have had.
Darkness is rising. Now.
But yeah, playing Golden Renounced Darkness is so cool too, because then you get a whole golden deck, which is, I guess that must be true of Whizbang too, but I maybe didn't ever try that. I'm not a big fan of golden cards and messing around with all that, wasting dust, but for those kind of cards, it's worth it because they're so transformative. Explore and Goro, Zinazari, Renounced Darkness, stuff like that, which are some of my favorite cards in the game for that reason too, just because they are so high impact and transformative. So now, we obviously are cooked, but I can live with that. Like, again, if I didn't do Renounce, I think I would have done a lot worse, so you have to make that executive decision. Although it seemed to last long enough that the Bone Lord would have worked, but I wouldn't have survived that long then. Right, you have to kind of understand how bad this deck is at times. Good enough to get to silver rank, by which I mean literally any deck should be able to do that because you don't lose stars for... I did that just the other day before the month ended, right? Like, it doesn't matter because you don't lose stars, so if you're just persistent enough, you could end up getting people who go AFK or something and get wins like that. But it's an accomplishment to get past silver with a fucking Gimmick deck like some of the ones I use. Yeah, this is generally pretty fun on mobile too, but just some of the audio issues are annoying because either I can't hear it or you can't hear it very well on the stream. So we'll keep the low cost. This Krog guy is so good, I almost feel tempted to keep him at times, but... Okay, Treachery is good, so we're waiting for the Bone Lord. Sometimes you just want the game to drag out a little bit so you can actually do something, but there's so many games where you just get destroyed. It's kind of like what modern Yu-Gi-Oh has done. Like, I just want the game to last longer. Whether I win or lose, I don't care, right? That's the problem. But turn 1, you summon 50 million things and ruin the game, right? You start playing out of your hand instead of playing on the field. It goes against the whole principle, right, of what card games are about. Like, because there's inherently a mid-range incentive in anything. Like, okay, you play stuff on the board. If you get it to stick, then you get rewarded. You contribute it for something stronger in Yu-Gi-Oh, or you get to buff it or whatever. So that principle is gone in a lot of modern card games, where it's just like, it doesn't matter. You just have power creep out the ass, and you just, do whatever you want. That was maybe a mistake, because I should have played the other thing first. But no, Priest is a class that, wait, but this wasn't even a Priest, was it? Wait, I'm confused. No, I don't know, that avatar just confuses me. That if it's a slower paced game like that, then I do have a chance to do the Ball Lord effect, which, again, only requires till about turn 13, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, we should maybe do this. Or no, I didn't need to do it because, oh, fuck me. Now I feel like an idiot. Like, I was gonna trade that in anyway, so. Yeah, like, should I do this in vertical? Because it kind of doesn't make sense when it's already, the game is in horizontal, so how would it even look if I did it vertically? Whereas some of these card games, they do play in vertical, like Duel Links. Even on PC, it's vertical with the stupid, like, where the, not really black bars, but the logo bars on the sides are bigger than the game itself. Like, not disguising the fact at all that it's a mobile port. Like, it's so dumb. The whole point in being on PC is it should be full screen. But yeah, let's see. This looks okay so far. I don't know why I'm even playing this deck so much, but it's a cool concept that I'm pretty confident nobody's ever done before, because it's just so nonsensical that every card has to be based around a chess piece. Obviously, that Ball Lord thing has probably been done a ton, but like, that card is practically made for it. The Treachery, all those cards, actually, the Combustion, Chaotic Consumption, I mean, right, they all fit so perfectly together for it. What do we do here? 3 costs. Dude, these Zergs are always good value, shockingly. Like, that ends up taking over my whole deck, and, I have a better chance to win with that than anything else. But no, let me just see the Ball Lord interaction once, and maybe I'll play something different. We've gotten it a couple times, obviously, but it just doesn't happen as much as you think, or when we do get it, then we don't always win in time, which that really stings. Like, we get the interaction off, but then they beat me before the 3 turns pass. Wow, what is he doing? What the fuck? I'll take the win, but yeah, this is a pretty fun to test around with. Yeah, the audio is just a little odd, but I guess it's alright.